Now we will discuss about the limitations of V Lookup. All right. So let's say over here, see, V Lookup will work only when it goes from left to right. Okay. It can look up only from left to right. Means the value that you're trying to look up should always be present to the right side of your lookup value. Getting it? If I'm trying to look up for customer ID based on order ID, it will work. But if I do it the other way around, suppose somebody gives me the name of the customer and they ask me to bring the order ID of that person. What is the order placed by that person? Then it will not work. Because remember, it is this calling this column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, so on and so forth. So from here, if I begin and if I have to go back, we can't reference backwards. We can only reference forward. We can't reference backward. That is the problem with V Lookup. I will show it to you. Let's say somebody has given me the customer name. I will take the input for the customer name over here. Okay, this is where the customer name is supposed to be entered. And when user enters customer name over here, whatever name they enter, we are supposed to find out the order ID. Okay, so the customer name is, let's say, Tracy. Given the customer name, I'm supposed to pull back the order ID. Okay. Given the customer name, I'm supposed to pull back the order ID. I need to find out what is the order ID of this customer. So if I say V Lookup, and then the lookup value is search for Tracy, where we should have named it. Anyway, okay. In this whole range, search for Tracy in this whole range, and column index number. Now, what to give as the column index number? Isn't it? What to give the column index number? Okay, let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. In that case, I'll have to give 1 because I want the order ID to come back with an exact match. You see, not available. It will not work. Okay, let's assume that we are giving the customer ID, right? And we are looking for the order ID, which is prior to it. So let's assume it is supposed to be -1. Okay, even if we think of it like that we are going back, so let's use a negative number. Still, it would not work. Because the limitation of VLOOKUP is, in VLOOKUP, the data is supposed to be organized in such a way that the value you look up is to the left and the return value that you want to find should be to the right side of it. Okay, so I can figure out what is the customer name given the order ID, but we can't do it the other way around. We cannot bring back the left side column given the right side data. So how to overcome this problem? Okay, this is one limitation. So to overcome this problem, something called as X Lookup is available. Very interesting feature, X Lookup. So with X Lookup, what will happen is it works in any direction, forward or backward, left, right, wherever you're trying to look for the data, it will work in any direction and return the exact match by default. If you're not going for an exact match, if you're going for an approximate match, you can do that also. Okay, it is much more easier and much more convenient to use X Lookup compared to V. Okay, I hope you all understood the limitation. Now here I will use X Lookup. What is the syntax for X Lookup? We have to give the lookup value, of course. So this is my lookup value, comma, lookup array, not the table array. Earlier with VLOOKUP, it was the table array where we highlighted the entire range of data that we are working with. But in this case, only the lookup array means where am I supposed to search for Tracy? This is the lookup array. Search for Tracy here. Okay. And pull back what? The return array. Okay, I'll search for Tracy here. And what am I supposed to bring back? What am I supposed to pull back? Pull back the order ID. This is my return array. Okay, that is the return array. And we can also tell what to do if it is not found. I'm trying to pull back some value. If it is not found, what to do? We will just say not found. Okay, hard coding not found. And here I want to go with exact match. I will show you the other two also. Here we'll go with exact match. So I will give 0. And then one more parameter, search mode. By default, it goes from top to bottom. We can also give here -1, which will search from bottom to top. Okay, these kind of options are there. That is optional. So we'll just give till here. I hope you'll understood. Now let's just click enter key and you can see how it pulled back the order ID of Tracy over here. Let's change the name of the customer. Let's say the customer changes to this. Enter. Now you see how this got automatically updated, pulling back the order ID for Michael. That's the beauty of X Lookup. Okay, it can pull back values in any direction. What is the syntax of an X Lookup again? How is it different from a V Lookup? If you notice the syntax, we will give the lookup value in both cases, comma. In V Lookup, you give the table array is what it asks for, the whole thing. But here it's only the lookup array and then the return array. Okay, so it can go in any direction. That would be the advantage of X Lookup over V Lookup. Very, very simple way of looking up data using X Lookup.